What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be addressing the exhaust on my 5th gen. Quick spoiler alert though, it has nothing to do with the performance or functionality of the exhaust. It sounds great, it's not falling apart or anything like that. It's working well, but it has to do with the aesthetics of the exhaust. It is rusting, and it is rusting pretty bad. You can see it from afar, you can see it in person, you can really see it in the photos, all the photos I post on Facebook and on Instagram, and it just looks ugly. Like, we spend a lot of money on these trucks. These trucks are not cheap whatsoever, and we want them to perform well, of course, but we also want them to look good, and looking good right now, she sure does, except for my rusty exhaust. So as we know, in the diesel aftermarket game right now, if you will, it is very hard to source any parts, especially if they are for off-road use only. So this exhaust is nothing fancy, it's nothing crazy. It is literally probably the cheapest 5-inch exhaust I was able to find, and it is a JAMO, J-A-M-O, a brand I've never even heard of before, but that's what it is, and it's not stainless at all. Clearly, it's rusting pretty good, and we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that issue with this Rust-Oleum high heat ceramic coating, 2000 degree exhaust header engine paint. So hopefully this does the trick. Now, full transparency, you are supposed to use that exact brand primer, but I honestly haven't been able to find it. Believe it or not, I actually bought this paint probably like 3 months ago, and I have not been able to find the primer on shelves on any store in these 3 months. And I keep adding it to like an Amazon cart, but I never hit buy because I'm like, well, going to the store tomorrow, maybe I could find primer there. And I never do. So I'm trying to support local, but honestly, you can only find this stuff online. So I want to do this now today because we have some other exhaust mods coming here in the future. So I want to get the exhaust painted up. I want the exhaust to look good. So if this stuff, I'm just going to use it like this, of course. We'll pop the tip off, we'll sand the exhaust down, we'll clean it up, we'll put the paint on and hope it looks good. If it does happen to fall and flake off here in the future, we will finally just buy the primer and we'll do it all over again at that point. But for now, let's get the truck in the garage. Well, as far as it will go in the garage, we'll get the exhaust prepped and we'll get this exhaust paint on. Alright, so truck in the garage. I do apologize for the lighting. The lighting sucks in this garage with the outside being right there. But either way, truck in the garage, this does give me the best angle. Like I said, we're going to take the tip off the exhaust first. We're going to sand everything down. I'm honestly probably just going to do to the axle because that is where you could see it. And we'll sand it down real quick, tape everything off that we don't want to get painted, and then we'll paint the exhaust. So then this is going to be, yeah, we'll definitely do up at least to the axle. And then ironically, while this dries, because I do want to put a couple different coats on it, it's a good opportunity to throw the forces back on the truck. So these guys are going to go back on the truck for a little bit. Either way, you're going to get this stuff started, and see you guys here in a minute. Guys, so I'm sure I'm going to get hated on a lot about my processes. I've never claimed to be any kind of professional, nor will I ever claim that. It doesn't look bad. I'll be honest, I could not find any sandpaper in my garage, so I just got some wire brushes. It's not perfect, I'll give you that, but look how much better it looks than the spots, like the part of the exhaust I didn't do. In my opinion, it's probably roughed up enough that the paint's gonna hold. We'll find out. If not, then, you know, screw me and I'll have to do it again and, you know, do it better next time. But for now, this works. That's my blocking. I'm not crazy worried about too much overspray. I'm gonna be honest, that's about you know, it's fine. It's fine for me. So hate if you will. Tell me I'm ruining like an $80,000 truck. I don't care. Either way, check this out. I could have just probably unbolted the exhaust right there and then took out that little hanger, and I don't know, I could have put the tip back on and done like an axle dump, but nah, really, I hate exhaust hangers. They're a pain in the butt, and who knows how bad these bolts are that are on this exhaust. So figured I'm just gonna do this. This is good enough for me. Let's throw a couple coats of this paint on, see what it looks like. And like I said, in the meantime, I'm probably gonna be swapping wheels while I let each coat dry. So I'll probably put a couple coats on here, see what it looks like. Yeah, that's about it. Alright guys, I'm gonna be honest, this is just one coat and it looks a lot better than I thought it was gonna look off the rip for sure. Like I said, this is just one coat. I'm about to do another coat right now. I'll probably do a third honestly, but the coverage is pretty good. You can see them a little bare like right there. Got the rear wheels of the truck swapped from the fuels to the forces, so that looks good, and this was my whole intent too. So when you look in from the fender well, you can see that the black exhaust instead of the rusted one. Now you can see it this way, so I don't know if this stuff holds up pretty well on the tailpipe. I guess I'll call it the tailpipe, and it does pretty well. Maybe I'll do the rest of the exhaust here at some point, but I'm not going to bore you guys with any more coats, any more swapping wheels. I'm going to just do it, and then I'll just see you guys with the final product here in a bit. All right, real quick before I do go, the only thing I'm worried about is getting the truck back out of the garage, because y'all guys saw how tight it was getting the truck in with the fuels on, and these wheels, I don't know, that's gonna be tight. Update here soon. Alright guys, and that is a wrap. I think well, first off, the forces look phenomenal on this truck. You cannot disagree with that, I don't think. Rubber band tires, different story. Now, like I said in a bunch of uploads so far, these Nittos are about shot, so we're gonna put some tires on this, you know, at some point. The exhaust, though, I think looks pretty good. I'd say the exhaust looks pretty good. Let's get a good shot. Now, I did not put a tip on it, but I think the finish turned out pretty well. I mean, I didn't put a tip on it yet because I actually have a different tip for the truck coming, and it's a special one, it's a custom one. It is from a local fab shop, which is even better. So for the time being, I'm gonna keep the MBRP tip off and just let it go like that. But honestly, it cleans the area up a lot. And same thing from the side view. Same thing for the side view. You can see the exhaust now, but all you see is black exhaust, which was the entire point. So I know I'm not the best at paint work, not the best at prep work, any of that stuff. So hopefully this does last me a little while, and I will absolutely give you guys an update as of if it does last, or if it does just peel off in the next week or so. So I'll probably do this a couple heat cycles so it like bakes in. That is like what the directions do say to do. But otherwise, I'm gonna call this this video a wrap. So like the video if you haven't, subscribe, join the family, join the Cummins truck build, I guess, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.